Mine. I'm first on walking tours and games because I have the best of names. And who came last? Poor Zachary Zween, so envious that his face turned green. Yes, Zachary Zween got most upset and angry at the alphabet. In class, 'twas A to Z for spelling, for history and storytelling, for recess and arithmetic, for jumping in the gym. 'Twas Albert first and Zachary last. No one came after him. With lessons over for the day, the teacher often led the way across a meadow called a mead. Behind her came the boys with speed, and Albert Ames was in the lead. But who came last? Why, Zachary, see? Because his name begins with C. Out to Hyde Park, last in line, Zach sailed his boat on the Serpentine. Last in line to Marble Arch and famed Trafalgar Square, last to sit upon the lions that guard the statue there. But Albert Ames went first each day because his name began with A. When to the Queen Al carried roses, he had the most upturned of noses. And he was first to feed the swans that flowed along the river, first to wander through the tower and give a little shiver. First in line to the palace and the place where the March Hare first met Alice. First to see the changing guard, and first indoors when hailstones hard poured down on Zach out in the yard. To make a fuss, Zach thought, is silly. Who wants to be a whining Willie? Said Zachary Zween is my real name, and always will remain the same. Why not make going last a game? Being last meant last, and yet a boy could find a horse to pet along the way and then catch up to pick Miss Midge a buttercup or help a helpless little cat and other useful things like that. Being last, Zach saw just how the sidewalk artist draws a cow, speckled fish, grapes in a dish, or anything that you might wish. Being last, you run or trot on a gravel path or grassy plot. You find out what is wet, and likewise what is not. One day they walked too far afield, almost halfway to the Weald. The boys were tired and it was late. Miss Midge was in a dreadful state. "We can't return on foot," she said. "We'll have to take this train instead." Each boy found a seat inside where he could rest his feet and ride. The train stood puffing on the track. There was room for everyone but Zach. Each coach was filled from door to door, and no more trains till 4:30. Poor Zachary Zween was filled with gloom. Each coach was packed, there was no room, until the guard, a friendly man, said, "Ride with me, son, in my van. Come follow me and be my guest." "I'm so excited," Jack confessed. Albert Ames rode way up front, as cross as he could be. Zach rode in back, for luckily his name began with Z. He rode the guard's van at the end, and as the train went round the bend, he helped the guard apply his brake. He shared his crumpets and his cake. What a ride! Oh, what a lark! When they got home, it was quite dark. "Being last I'd like to be," said Albert Ames quite sulkily, "for after all is said and done, you look as if you've had great fun." "I did indeed," said Zachary Zween, "and never more will I turn green because I can't go first, like you, to Hampstead Heath and the London Zoo. Will I be envious? Not at all when we go marching through the mall. No longer will I get upset or angry at the alphabet." After that, through fog or drizzle, Zach was never known to grizzle, which in London means to grumble loud as any thunder rumble. And A to Z is still the rule. of this particular London school. Albert Ames goes first each day because his name begins with A. Albert Ames goes first each night to brush his teeth and light the light. And who goes last? Why, Zachary. See? Because his name begins with Z. With his position quite content, he makes each day a great event. Good things come last, declares Miss Midge when walking over London Bridge, and all the boys clap long and hard, for Zachary's weaned their strong rear guard. And that's it, A and Z.